come to your mat. And we're going to start with double breath with tension. So in twice through the nose and tense everything up. And out twice through the mouth, let it all go. And in. Let's do 2 more. Bring your focus to your third eye. And out. And one more time. And let it all go. Excellent. Okay, we're going to start in a more restful position. So grab your blanket if you have one. Okay, and we're going to fold your blanket lengthwise. So I'm just going to fold it in half like this. And place it on your mat. Let's see. And I'll show you how to get into this pose. So lay down with your shoulder blades on the blanket, and then very gently lift your hips and slide back until your shoulders reach the ground. So that sliding action is important because it pulls your shoulder blades underneath you. When you feel that your shoulders are open, you can bring your arms out to the side and lower your legs. Good. If you don't have a blanket, just grab your pillow off your bed. Just place something right underneath your shoulder blades to give you that height. And when you're here, begin to relax and enjoy the opening in your chest. We're going to be here for a minute or two. Take deep breaths. Allow your shoulders to roll and rest back towards the floor. Make sure your neck is nice and long. Relax your jaw. So this is a pose you could do at home and, hold for 5 minutes or more to allow that gentle opening across your sternum, collarbones, and chest that we all need for good posture. But we're going to move on here. So we're going to gently roll to your side in order to remove anything that's underneath you and come back down onto your back. And let's bend your knees up to 90-90. And we'll start with that gentle rocking side to side. You'll feel your core start to engage. And then just go ahead and bring your knees all the way to the right. Feel that nice twist through your spine. And begin to draw your left shoulder blade down to the floor. The twists really can help open up all the way from your shoulder to your hip. And then let's switch. Bring your legs all the way to the left. And draw your right shoulder blade down to the floor. I feel this nice opening through my chest as I work that shoulder blade down. Good, and then come back to neutral and place your feet on the floor. We're going to explore a concept of neutral spine here. So neutral spine just means when your spine is in neutral when you have a slight lumbar curve into lordosis, it's called, and then your thoracic curve goes the other way into kyphosis, and then your neck has a natural lordosis. So it kind of has this S-shaped curve, and you can feel that as you lay on a hard surface. So to explore that, let's start with some pelvic tilts. So we're going to rock your pelvis forward and back. So you're overarching your low back as you draw your tailbone down to the floor, and then curl your tailbone back as you press your low back into the floor. So do that a few times. You can breathe with it. You inhale forward and exhale back. And feel how, even though your neck and upper back are relaxed, feel how just the movement of your pelvis moves your entire spine. And then let your body sort of spring back to in between those two movements, and that is your neutral spine. Your back ribs are on the floor, your head is in neutral, your chin could be slightly tucked, and your pelvis is in neutral. So close your eyes for a moment and feel this position on the floor, because this is the position we're going to be exploring in quadruped and standing and sitting. Okay, so let's just hug your knees into your chest, and we're going to rock and roll up to sitting. So do a few rock and rolls, just getting every vertebrae to touch the floor, and we'll come all the way up to sitting. Okay, so if you'd like to, you can place some height under your hips, whatever feels comfortable. And we're going to find that neutral spine in sitting. So sitting up nice and tall, ground your sit bones down into the floor, roll your shoulders back, and tuck your chin back. Good. We're going to start with some elbow circles. So let's clasp your hands behind your head, draw your elbows forward, and then we're going to bring them up, around, and down. Good. Elbows forward, maybe round your back a little bit. You can play with this one. It's kind of just to get your upper back warmed up. Breathe. Good. Rest. Might start to feel some opening in your chest. And then we're going to do seated spine movements with our hands behind our head. So we're going to inhale, arch your back and look up slightly, and exhale, round. Tuck your tailbone. Open your elbows, and as you exhale and round, your elbows can point forward. Just notice, how is your spine feeling today? From your tailbone all the way up to your neck. Good. And then come to center, and we're going to do side to side. Elbows out at a comfortable position. And as you exhale, bend to the right. Inhale up, exhale over. See if you can think about creating space through every vertebrae as you come through center. So we don't just want to collapse as we come to the side. We want to think up and over. Excellent. And back to center. And we're going to twist. So inhale, same idea, lengthen through each vertebrae, and then exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center, exhale, twist. And once you've done one to the left, you can rest in the center. We're going to give a little extra stretch in our side bending motion because a lot of good posture comes from lengthening through your side body. So oftentimes when we crunch down, we get shortened through here. So let's place your right hand on the floor, and you're going to bring your left arm up and start to bend to the side. And try to keep your shoulders in alignment, so bring that left shoulder back. Maybe you can bring your elbow down, wherever feels comfortable. And as you breathe, inhale into these side ribs on the left. And let's switch. Coming through center. Inhale up and exhale over. Really get that nice stretch. You might notice a difference side to side. I think I feel more length through my right side. And really inhaling into each rib on the right side. Drawing your right shoulder back. No strain in the neck. Your neck just kind of hangs naturally. Excellent. And back to center. Okay, let's get into the neck a little bit. So we're going to do some rolls to start. Just coming from your one shoulder, sweep your chest to the other shoulder. So of course, we want to talk about forward head posture and neck tightness when we're discussing posture. Oftentimes the neck muscles, especially, the scalenes in the front and the muscles under the skull get tight with forward head. So we're just starting to warm up the neck muscles. Okay? And then let's bend your head to the right and fingertips of your left hand down to the floor. And press into the floor with those left fingertips. You'll feel a nice stretch on that upper trap. Breathe and release. Good, and then let's switch. Right fingertips to the floor as you bend your head to the left. Draw that shoulder down and back. Okay. And while we're here, let's do a little stretch to these front neck muscles, fascial stretch. So place your hands on the left, under your left collarbone, and tilt your head away. It's kind of tilting back and sort of looking up and to the right as you pull down with your down and sort of towards the left. So you're getting a stretch right here. You don't want your hands to slide. Keep them stuck to the skin. It's more of a fascial stretch. You might feel some releasing in your jaw happening. We could hold that one for a while. And then let's place your hands underneath your right collarbone. I like to place my left hand there and then right hand on top. And then look up. So to bend your head to the left and look up and to the left. And pull down and to the right with your hands in the opposite direction until you feel that stretch across the front of your right side neck. You can play with it, move your head back and forward and see where you feel the most tautness and hold that fascial stretch. We're getting into the scalenes, maybe sternocleidomastoid, some of those muscles that can get tense with forward head posture. Awesome. Okay. Let's come to all fours. And before we get into our cat-cow, we're going to work in the shoulder blades. So a lot of good posture comes from strength in the upper back and shoulder blades. So we're going to do protraction, retraction of the shoulder blades. So squeeze your shoulder blades together. Your chest will come down towards the floor. And then press the floor away and you'll feel your shoulder blades moving apart. So do that a few times. Squeeze them together. You'll feel your rhomboids and your upper back muscles engage. And then press into the floor as your shoulder blades move apart. Okay, we're going to bring this into our cat-cow. So as you squeeze your shoulder blades together, you're going to arch and look up. Chest comes through. And then exhale, push into the floor, round your spine. Let your head drop. And your ears are away from your shoulders. So cat-cow is cool because you can pick something to focus on, whether it be your tailbone, your ribs. Now we're focusing on our shoulder blades today. Getting full excursion, retraction, and protraction. Good. And then let's push back into our downward facing dog. So you can bring your hands forward slightly. Spread your fingers. Make sure weight is evenly distributed throughout your palm and fingers. Tuck your toes and press up. Okay, we're going to ease into this. So bend your knees and lift your heels. This way you can press your chest towards your thighs. So see how you press your chest towards your thighs and you get your spine straight and in alignment with your arms. Okay, and this allows you to lift your tailbone up to the ceiling. And then when you're ready, you feel that nice length through your spine. You can go ahead and slowly, like you're trying to bring your thighs back first. Bring your legs straight. So we're feeling that length from your hands to your arms and all the way up your spine to your tailbone that's reaching high to the ceiling. And we'll move into a child's pose. So let's bring knees wide, big toes together, and reach your pelvis down towards your heels. Let's be a little active here. So really reach your arms forward to lengthen your spine. So there's this oppositional movement happening where your tailbone is reaching toward your heels and your fingertips are reaching away from you. Good. Okay. Let's start working into the upper back more. So we're going to come to lay on your stomach. Place your forehead on the floor. Place your hands underneath your shoulders. We're going into some moving cobra. Draw your shoulder blades back. So that's the first thing before you even lift your head. Draw your shoulder blades back and down towards your feet. So get that nice tight engagement in the upper back. And then we're going to breathe and do 10 mini cobras. So inhale up, feel those upper back muscles, and exhale down. So minimal weight in the hands. You want this to be coming more from your upper back. And you should feel like a nice opening through your chest. Good, and when you're ready, just come to lay with your head to one side. Rest your arms down by your side. Okay, and we'll do moving grasshopper next. Clasp your hands behind your back. And you can use this clasp to draw your shoulder blades back. So it's like your hands are pulling towards your feet. And then tuck your tailbone slightly. Inhale up, exhale down. Back bends are really great to work on posture. A lot of times the front side of our bodies get crunched with a lot of sitting and gravity. So enjoy this nice opening. So inhale up, exhale down. And then rest with your head to the other side to stretch the other side of your neck. And then let's push back into all fours again. I'm going to do some bird dog, but let's explore the spine neutral while you're on all fours. So you can have a slight lumbar curve, but don't let your back collapse. So slight lumbar curve, draw your navel in towards your spine. And then same thing with the upper body. Don't let your shoulders collapse. So find in between that protraction, retraction movement we were doing, in between, and engage your shoulder blades down and back. So you should feel like a nice core engagement, shoulder blade engagement, and that is a strong, neutral spine. And we'll play with that. So keeping that core tight and in neutral, let's lift your left leg up. Reach through your heel. And don't let your left pelvis up to the ceiling. Keep your pelvis neutral. Good. And then switch. Get in your neutral position. It's not easy even just being in this position when you engage everything. And then lift your right leg and reach through your heel. Not letting your low back collapse. If you want an easier way, you can tuck the toes of your left toes to give you more stability. Good. Okay, let's try left leg and right arm. Exhale as you bring them up. And notice, is your spine, is your body doing anything wonky? If so, try to find that neutral position as you breathe. And switch. Neutral position, shoulder blades down and back, neck long, and reach. Opposite leg, opposite arm. Good. So that one more time each side. Exhale, lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. And other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Good. Okay, we're going to get a little more into the shoulder blades and chest. So let's start with, I don't know what you call this one, cat stretch or something. So we're going to lift your right arm up and turn to the, here, I'll do the other side so that you can see. I'm going to reach my left arm out and turn to the right. So I'm getting a nice openness across the left armpit and chest. Reach through your fingers. Chris, no, I don't want you to feel any pinching in the shoulder. If you do, you can always, come up a little bit or move the arm to a different angle. You want to find that good position where you feel a stretch under the armpit and chest. Okay, and let's switch. Bring your right arm out and twist to the left. Reach through those fingertips. I feel a little nerve stretch too. Back through center, and let's do thread the needle. So lift your left arm up, open your chest, and exhale through. And switch. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale through. And back through center. Okay, hopefully we've got some of those shoulders and the chest warmed up. So we're going to move into Ardha Pincha Mayurasana, not the full pose, but you can also think of this as headstand prep. Not going into full headstand, but we want to get those shoulder blades strong. So place your elbows down about shoulder width apart and clasp your hands together. So your head is not going to go on the floor with this one at all. And what you'll do is just let your head drop between your hands at about an inch above the floor, and then lift your hips. Okay? And you feel that engagement, like you're drawing your neck is long and your shoulder blades are moving down towards your pelvis. I guess it's up in this position. Good, and rest a moment. We're going to go up again. Okay, so head drops down towards the floor. Lift your hips and see if you can walk your feet in a little closer to your elbows. Neck long, no strain. As you walk your feet in, you might feel how your shoulder blades have to work a little bit harder as you try to get your hips above your shoulders. Press your forearms down into the floor and rest. I'm going to do it one more time. Again, head about an inch off the floor. Press down into your forearms. Lift your hips and walk in. Good, and then we'll rest in knees together child's pose with your arms down by your side. Breathe into your back ribs. Feel that nice rounding of your lumbar, giving it a rest. Okay, so grab your blocks if you have them. If not, you can grab a chair or some kind of height. And I like to place them the tall height, about shoulder width apart. And what you're going to do is place your elbows. So if you have the squishy blocks, this might be a little unstable, but just see what you can do, and you can always try this again later if you get more stable blocks. But I really like this one for posture. So you place your elbows on the blocks and you let your chest come through. Hands are pointing up towards the ceiling. Again, I don't want any pinching in the shoulders. I want you to draw your shoulder blades down your back. And I tend to want to overarch my low back, so just tuck your tailbone slightly, draw your core in. For some people, this is a stretch, but for me and like flexy people, it's actually strengthening because I have to engage those shoulder blades so I don't collapse. But for people with tight shoulders, you can allow yourself to rest a little bit more into this pose and feel the stretch under your armpits. But again, I don't want any pinching in the shoulders. If so, just back off a little bit. Feel your shoulder blades drawing down your back. Feel the strength in your core. Press your palms together. Okay, cool. I just wanted to show you guys that one. It's a really good one to help work the upper back and get things open through here. Okay, so we're going to work our way to standing, but let's work our way from down dog first. Come into your down dog and notice if this feels any different now that we've really started to warm up those shoulder blades and upper back. And then walk your feet forward into your standing forward fold, or Uttanasana. Draw your pelvis forward slightly so your hips are right over your ankles. We tend to hang back in this one. You can grab your calves. Just breathe. Let your neck long. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. And when you're ready, just roll up vertebrae by vertebrae, keeping your neck relaxed. Good. Okay. Back up so you can see me here. So we're going to move into our Tadasana, our mountain pose. So place your feet about hip width apart. And actually, now I think about it, if you have a wall, you can do this with a wall. I'll show you this. If you don't, that's okay. You can just do it in the middle of the room. So your feet should be about a couple inches away from the wall. This is a good posture check. I do this with my patients in PT all the time. And you feel your sacrum on the back of the wall and your shoulder blades on the wall. Okay, so spread your toes, ground your feet into the ground, lift your kneecaps. So that means engage your quads, So lift the kneecaps, but don't jam them back. It's more of a strength through the knees. Your tailbone should feel like it's dropping down slightly towards the floor. And when you do that, you'll feel your lower core engage slightly. And then you don't want to overarch your chest. Like, you don't want to stick it out too far, but keep the back ribs on the wall and then open across the collarbones. That's a very important concept there, is keeping the back ribs back. It's like opening from in the back and in the front. Draw your shoulders down and back, and then the back of your head should be against the wall. The wall just gives you that feedback, like the floor did, to find neutral spine and straight posture. And it can give you awareness of where you might be tight or where your work is. So my work is getting those back ribs back and opening through the front chest. So close your eyes, whether you're in the middle of the room or you're against the wall, and feel this alignment. And if you're at the wall, slowly walk back to your mat, trying to keep that good alignment. Okay. So I'm going to do some forward folds with practicing neutral spine. So we're going to just place your hands on your hips and bend forward from the hips. Good. You know what? We're going to get some blocks for this. Blocks or a chair. And come into your Ardha Uttanasana. I'm about here. So really work on getting that lumbar curve so you're not rounding like this. So if you are, that means you need more height. You can even use a wall like this. A wall is a great idea, actually. But use what you've got and work on getting that neutral spine. Draw your shoulders down and back and get the lumbar curve, natural lumbar curve, and feel your lower core engage and hold. Draw your kneecaps up, engage your legs. You might, we tend to want to rock back on this one, but bring your weight forward so your hips are right over your ankles. Neck long. Good, and then just let yourself round and rest in Uttanasana. We're going to do that a few times. You can shake your head no and yes. Let it to release. Okay, so again, place your hands on your height, blocks, chair, wall, and come into that neutral spine. This is where it's nice to have a mirror, and you can look at your alignment of your spine. Drawing your lower belly button in, shoulder blades down and back. Legs are strong. Really open across your hamstrings. See if you can feel a spreading right below your sit bones, spreading out to the side. And exhale, round. Good work. We're going to do it one more time. 3 breaths. Ardha Uttanasana with neutral spine. Make sure your feet are flat on the floor. Spine long. Good. And then let's widen your feet. Come into wide-legged Uttanasana. Clasp your elbows and sway side to side. That was good work. Breathe. Okay, and then roll up. Shake it out. Let's see. 49. We're going to go a little over time since I was a little late from technical difficulties. Let's go ahead and do triangle pose or Uttanasana. That's a good one to get the side body open. But we're going to come into it a slightly different way. So widen your feet. We're going to come into it from wide-legged forward fold. So lengthen through your legs, lengthen through your body, and have your toes pointed towards me. And exhale, come down with your flat back. Maybe hold here, practice that flat back we just worked on, and then go ahead and come down. Lengthen your spine. Okay, so we're going to move into triangle pose from here. So rotate your right foot out to the side, left foot stays, and walk towards the right side. And you're going to sweep up into your triangle. Lengthen through both sides of your body. And draw your shoulders back. Good. And then we're going to go to the other side. So walk and sweep. So turn your right toes towards me, left toes out to the side. And sweep up into your triangle pose. This is a nice one for your low back. And notice where your shoulders are at. Mine tend to want to come forward, so just draw them down and back, both sides. Let's do that each side again. Toes point forward, then the right toes out, sweeping all the way up and over. Excellent. And then we'll go to the other side. Sweeping all the way through center to come up to triangle pose on the other side and lengthen through both side bodies. We tend to want to collapse on the left side here. So really think lengthen. Good. And then come back into the forward folds. And clasp your hands behind the back of your head on your occiput. And just allow gravity to lengthen your spine down. So I'm not pulling too hard, but my weight is coming forward slightly into the toes. Just feel that space being created between each vertebrae. Good. And then walk your feet together slightly to come up. Okay. So I want to show you a nice trick with the strap. If you've got a strap, take it out. So place your strap underneath your shoulder blades. And then you're going to bring the strap up over your head, cross in the back, and then bring the strap down. So that cross should be at the base of your neck. See that? Okay, and if you have a short strap, your elbows might be bent, and that's okay. A long strap, you can straighten your arms. And then give it a nice pull down, and you'll feel it open up your shoulders. If you don't have a strap now, you can try this one later. It feels really good. Pulling down, you're telling your shoulders to roll back. And that base of your neck, the C7, that tends to want to stick out. So that's telling that vertebrae to move in and down. Good. And what you can do, if you do this one at home later, is you can clasp the strap in the front and just wear this like a backpack, and it gives you a nice posture reminder. Just wear it around for 20 minutes and get that openness. Okay, awesome. I really wanted to show you that one. It's really great to open up your chest. But let's come down into our deep squat, or malasana. So you can place your feet a little wider than hip width. And we're going to come down, feet out, 45-degree angle. Come down into your deep squat. I'm going to show you from the side. So we're going to work on the spine here. So find that comfortable position, drop your tailbone, and lift your chest. Shoulders rolling down and back. You can always do this one against a wall too, or place your hips on some height, or place a rolled blanket under your heels. There are many modifications find what works for you and then work on that spine alignment. This is great for your back. As you lift your chest and your tailbone drops down. Good one for the pelvic floor. This is a natural resting position for the pelvic floor. Let's do a little twisting here while we're at it. So place your left hand down on the floor, open up to the right, and opposite side. Let's do that once more each side. Feels good. Excellent. And just roll down onto your butt. Just shake it out. Okay. Feels like we need some opening through the hip flexors, and then I want to do a little self massage. So let's just do a little forward lunge. Place your right foot forward, left leg back, and let's just open up through that left hip flexor. Lift your chest. We've done all that chest lifting. Good, and then switch. Okay, so come to a seated position. I'm going to show you some self-massage for some of these neck muscles that get tight with a forward head posture. Okay, so we're going to start with the pec muscles. Come a little closer. So the pec muscles run from your shoulder, collarbone area to your sternum. So start with one side. I'm starting with my left side. And dig your fingers into your ribs. And you're going to slowly, it's kind of a fascial move here, slowly, your fingers are drawing towards your shoulder. So with fascial release, you just allow your fingers to sink in. And then maybe roll that shoulder back as you work your way to the shoulder. Breathe. Okay. And then grab your upper trap. Give it and lift your left shoulder up to slacken it. Give it a squeeze. Squeeze and squeeze your upper trap, and then allow the upper trap to rest down. Squeeze and release. Good. Let's do the other side. Your hands close to your sternum and dig in gently. It's more of like you're allowing your fingers in. And we're very slowly moving those fingertips towards the shoulder. Maybe give that shoulder a nice roll back. Good, and then squeeze your upper trap, hunch your shoulder up to slacken the muscle, and then just allow it to release down as you squeeze that muscle. Okay, good. So let's do sternocleidomastoid next. So this sternocleidomastoid muscle, let's see if I can, mine's not very prominent. It runs from here to here. So tilt your head to the left. Oh, there it is. And you might feel a muscle that runs from behind your ear to your collarbone. So see if you can grab that muscle and begin to draw your fingers down. I'm going to grab it. Actually, let's do little circles up high. And then with your fingers grabbing that muscle, tilt your head to the right. Oh, that feels like nice and sore there. Okay, let's try the other side. This one's not super easy to get, but so tilt your head to the left and away. Oh, there we go. Now you can see mine. Guess what tilting your head away works. So you can grab it, do little circles. And then I'm going to grab up towards the top and tilt my head to the left. Okay, so look, that one can get a little sore and tight. All right, let's do suboccipital. So place your hands on the back of your skull where those muscles are right behind your head. And just start to spread and stretch away as you tuck your chin towards your chest. We're going to move down the neck to the neck muscles, so move a little bit further down. Spread, stretch to the side, and tuck your chin. Let's do that 2 more times, moving down. And again, neutral head, spread to the side, and tuck your chin. Good. Okay, now place your hands behind your head and press your head into your hands and your hands into your head. Drop your shoulders down and feel that nice opening through your chest and neck. Neck long. And breathe. Good, and rest, and then just roll your shoulders back. Okay, and we're going to end the way we started. So grab your blanket. I'm going to show you 2 variations. There's blanket or block variation. So we're just going to give that nice opening through your chest. So again, you can have that blanket on your mat and lay with your shoulder blades there, or now that we've gotten things opened up, you might try the block version. So place your block like a T. So I'm going to place it like this height, one for your shoulder blades. You can even do it a little bit lower if you want. Maybe we'll try lower first, and one for your head. Okay, and we're going to roll down and place your shoulder blades on the block and then your head on the block. So, your shoulder blades should be back and down. And maybe this is enough for you. And again, the nice thing about the blocks is you can pick which height you want. And if this feels good, you can bring your arms up overhead. So same thing with the blanket. If you have the blanket under your shoulder blades, you can bring your arms up overhead. Now don't let them crunch up towards your ears. Draw your shoulder blades down slightly. You can straighten your legs if you'd like to, or keep them bent. Just enjoy this nice opening through your chest and upper back. I don't want any pinching in your shoulders. If so, you can bring your arms out in a Y position or put height underneath your wrists. We'll just be here for another minute before our Shavasana. If this feels amazing and you want to stay here, by all means, go ahead. But if you'd like to move into your Shavasana, we will do so now. So roll to your side so you don't strain your neck to come out, and remove your props. And we'll rest into your Shavasana. I like to roll down, make sure that tailbone is tucked nicely, and then place your upper back down. Grab the sides of your mat, press or pull the mat towards your feet. That helps tuck those shoulder blades under. You want a long lumbar, chest open, and then reach one leg out and the other, and allow your palms to roll up towards the sky. We'll be here for a couple minutes. Relax your jaw and relax your tongue. As you breathe, notice any extra space that has been created through today's practice in your chest. Relax your eyes back to the back of your skull. Especially if we're sitting at a computer, our eye posture is also forward. So it's nice to allow those eyes to rest back. Relax your abdomen and your pelvic floor. And more gently come out of Shavasana by slowly bending one knee and then the other. Let's just hug your knees into your chest. Good. Hold your knees with one arm, bring your other arm overhead and roll to that side. And rest on your side with your arms supporting your head. And the earth supporting your body. Now we don't want to stress your neck when you sit up. So the trick here is to roll forward slightly, so you're looking down towards the floor. Use your hands to press up and let your head and neck relax and be the last thing to come up. Come to your seated position. Let's feel your seated posture here. Feel a string coming through your spine out of the top of your head. Notice if you feel any different from when we started. Bring your palms to meet the base of your sternum. Draw your shoulders down and back. Press the palms gently together. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste.